Good morning. Now, before we get to the MRG this morning, I wanted to show you very quickly the devastation of the wildlife around here. Now, there's a little creature that lives underground, and he burrows himself during the night. Now, I think he's cool, but he does leave some devastation in the pathway there. Look at that. I mean, look at their heart. That must be quite difficult for a little creature to burrow upwards and, you know, through the stone gravel. It's kind of cool. Now, because we've got this cool pump thing here, let's take a look at that. Now, the water that's inside this barrel that goes underground comes from the roof. And this is an old traditional pump. And how cool is that? Isn't it nice? And of course we're early in the morning because the light's always better, and I've had a coffee so I can concentrate, so I can actually think and do something. But look at that, isn't it cool? This is a really nice part of the garden. That is the remnants of a tree house actually, and isn't it cool? Anyway, let's get over to G-Shock. So very quickly, this is the breakfast stroke meeting room. This is where serious discussions take place about the world and what we need to do, that sort of thing. But let's go this way because I'm trying to find the right light to show you the MRG. And I've quickly as I can this morning, I've tried to get outdoors so that I can show you the MRG in this light. And let me come around. Okay, because I can put, I've just thought I can put the tripod there. So it's the silver MRG thin red line. And this morning I was thinking to myself, what's the appropriate watch to wear today? Because once again, I've got to meet some fancy people, and I was really wanting to virtue signal and show off. And the square seemed appropriate, but the MRG part of it seemed more appropriate because I'm just curious to know if anyone has noticed that it's the MRG, because I'll be so impressed. They will have a niche. They'll be through the door immediately if they are aware that it's an MRG. Anyway, let me just put. Actually, I'm going to try this on the fly. I'm not going to switch the camera off, but I should be able to put this down. Oh yeah, that seems to be working, doesn't it? And I possibly. Yes. Okay. If I come here. Look at that. Isn't that good? Because I've got the sun coming in over my head, and but it shouldn't. My head shouldn't be blocked. No. Okay. If I put the tripod just there. Okay. So look at that. Actually, yeah, that looks really good. Now, so this is the silver MRG. Thin red line, and I've said a million times now, the thin red line actually shimmers if you compare it to the thin red line on the, for example, the TFC and on the DW models. On the MRG, the thin red line actually shimmers. In fact, I'm just going to wipe it with my t-shirt because the oils from my hand, unfortunately, they do seem to end up on the dials and the crystals often, and I forget to wear gloves or wipe them or anything. But there's something really nice about this silver one, and I've said a number of times that if I could only choose one watch and one square only, it would be this one. This would be the only, if I had to, save one or only wear one, and that's the one I'm going to be stuck with. I was thinking to myself, this is the one. Now, I think I said before, but I don't mind saying it again, Actually, I'm just going to turn the camera there, because if the light comes, because I want to show you the reflection of the sun on the thin red line, but we should be okay there. Let me zoom in a little more. There we go. The build quality on these MRGs, it is noticeable. It is well, it's not necessarily visible, but I suppose it must be. But it's definitely noticeable when you hold an MRG against the silver square. Now I do have the silver square, but it's I'd have to go get it, and because the camera's rolling here, and you can see that it's 8 in the morning. And this is probably the very last time that I can shoot. Every minute beyond now, that the light won't be as good, because it'll be more saturated. It'll be more brighter. And right now we've just got this lovely diffused light that isn't too intense. But yeah, I literally put this on my wrist this morning, and I thought to myself, I'm going to wear this. And then I came downstairs and I thought, I have to put this on the video, because the lighting's going to look so good. And also to explain my rationale for wearing it. And it's because I need to be functional today, and I need to, I actually need to go and get on an aeroplane. And so I thought I need a watch to wear on this aircraft. And I want to show off and let people know who's in charge. And I thought this is the watch to wear, because not often do people recognize it's an MRG, but G-Shock fans and watch fans, this is an MRG. This is a virtue signal. This is telling everyone that you are secretly very cool, and you know all about wristwatches. And isn't it cool? As I'm talking to you about it, and I'm on camera like this, I think, oh wow, why don't I wear this every single day? Because it really covers all the bases. That's if you like the aesthetic, because this square design, it is 40 years old. It is retro. It is a bit strange, I suppose. Let me show you the click. You should get it here. Hopefully you got that. Because it's titanium, the click has this nice thud. It's so delightful. And the MRG machining tolerances really are visible on the clasp. That is one very well manufactured, very delightful clasp. And I suppose I should like titanium more. I've said a number of times that I would prefer this in stainless steel, but manufactured with these tolerances, but stainless steel. Casio don't do that. Their high-end stuff it's all in titanium. That's a business decision that they've made. They save stainless steel for their mid-range full metal stuff. But saying mid-range and high-end, Casio's manufacturing tolerances across all their watches, even their $100 watches, it might actually be the same, believe it or not. But the machining on the MRGs is definitely tighter than the stainless steel, that is for sure. But the buttons and the movement, which is a quartz movement, obviously that's going to be the same manufacturing build tolerances, apart from the MRG materials inside here for the module, they have been upgraded. I believe they use a solid gold material on the contactors. It's actually the synthetic gold that is chemically manufactured. I don't think it's real solid gold that they've got out of the ground. Anyway, the properties of it are slightly better. So, believe it or not, the movement is slightly better made than their standard movements. Actually, that sort of contradicts what I said. Anyway, what G-Shock do is what they get right is the design, the look and feel, the size. I mean, this size is roughly 40 years old, and they nailed it the first time, and they've never changed it. Apart from oversizing this to make the King, the GX56. And I've said 1,000 times, if they make an MRG King version of this, how cool is that going to be? And I'm still really hoping for that, because that's the one thing that's got me very excited. a king, you know, with this colorway. They could produce a king with this colorway, perhaps change the color of the thin red line to a thin beige line or a silver line. Oh, that would be good. Imagine if that thin red line was a thin silver line. Ooh, that would work, wouldn't it? And if it had the oversized king case with the oversized pushers, that would be so cool. That king really would be, the MRG King would be my exit watch. That would be the top of the hill. Anyway, guys, at that I'm going to say good morning, and I actually have to get on with my day now, and I can also feel the warmth. Literally every minute you feel the temperature changes around here. Anyway, at that I'm going to say good morning, and I wish everyone a very good day, and speak again very soon.